All right, Shalom. Want to say call halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders at GMS to rule well. Peace and blessings to the Akim that's out there fighting, doing this work with truth and sincerity. Back here again with a quick lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect men out there that are listening and watching these videos. Just a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I was listening to the brothers out in LA, brothers getting down out there. Actually, GMS Valley Camp. Brother was getting down and said a few things, and I was just contemplating, just thinking through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Shai as well. The brother brought out what Jeremiah 16:10. I was like, man, you know, 2/3 of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the true biblical Israelites that the Bible speaks of, we all have been scattered throughout the four corners of this planet, and the Lord scattered us because of the disobedience, right? The refusing to obey the commandments of Yahweh by Shema Shai will cause us to be divided, to not know our heritage, and to have brought over here on cargo slave ships Negro tribes in the Northern Kingdom been scattered over here as well. We all here now today, and the Lord is bringing back his people through the words of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, man. And the Lord is pronouncing evil on this planet, and roughly towards the 2/3 of his so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are his people, man. And people on TikTok be talking shit. You go to the brother GMS Carolina 808 or 8. South Carolina 08 GMS. Just listening, man. And Jake still think it's a game. Jake think that America is the end all be all, but not knowing the Lord has pronounced an evil upon this place, and he's going to use the so-called white man as his whooping stick. You can find it in the book of Psalms to go against his people. That's why we give you the words of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, because the Lord sent out his prophets, right, whom he gave his secret unto, to warn you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And the men you see today, from the apostles and the bishops and the elders, the men on down, that's how we heard. We heard the warning, and shit, we came running to this, man, to try to find out more about it, to investigate it, to see, are we all those people? And the Lord's coming back, but he's coming back with pain and darkness, and people gonna be lamenting, and people gonna be in so much of a dire need. It's gonna get bad out here. You're gonna need a higher power to come and rescue you, man, to save you, guide you, and to deliver you, man. So the Lord is pronouncing evil, and the Lord sent out his prophets whom he gave his secret unto, to warn you of the things to come. So the Lord has shown his prophets the insights or the intents and purpose to the men to give you a report by the way of a doctrine that was going to bring in the end, that's going to bring an end to all things, man. Actually, let's start there first. Since the Spirit had me to mention that, let's go to 1 Peter 4:7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. We have to pray. We have to watch and pray. Pray that the Lord, first of all, repent. Pray that the Lord will have mercy upon us and our families, and to watch out for the prophecies as they pass. Because like Apostle Ricard was saying today, we was talking, how these prophecies are starting to overlap, man. Things are moving quick, and it's going to be moving quick and move even quicker. So right here, I want to look up the word sober.
Strong's G 4993. Sophroneo. Sophroneo.
To be able to sound mind. How will you be able to sound mind? To be renewed in the spirit of your mind, where you're able to see these things. To be in one's right mind. Again, to be renewed in the spirit of your mind. To exercise self-control. Because you see things out here that make you mad. You know what I'm saying? Things need to be on the upright. And we can't do nothing but wait upon Yahweh Bahashem Shai, man. Right? To deliver us out of these things and to help us, man. And to guide us. So we have to be in our right mind in order to know what's happening. And as we watching out what's happening, we're watching and praying at the same time, because this devil shall come down having great wrath, man. And again, the Lord sent out his men whom he revealed a secret unto, to show his intent and purpose of what he's going to do to this place, and allow you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to hold on to the extended mercy by allowing you to hear and get this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, man. So, but the end of all things, 1 Peter 4:7, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober, be in the right mind, and watch unto prayer, man. In the NLT, the end of the world, not the world within itself, but this rulership that we're in, and all the rulerships on the planet, because Yahweh Shai is coming back to put down all rule under his authority, with the leading government body with King David, man, and the joint heirs of the 144,000 of the men of the nation of Israel, man. The end of the world is coming soon. Therefore, be earnest and disciplined in your prayer. We have prayers. We have to always pray day in, day out, minute upon minute, second upon second, hour upon hour. Before you go to bed, when you wake up, just pray, man. You can be sitting on the couch in your mind and ask the Lord to forgive you for your sin. You could be at work and in your mind just ask the Lord, the water, give our praise, say our praise and glory, honor to Yahweh Shema Shai. The water for a place to stay, food to eat, car to drive, place to work. Always give thanks and ask the Lord to forgive you, man. It shouldn't be no every hour. It should be shit every time you think about pray. Because he gave us the eye salve to see these things and to let us into his mind so we could see his intent and purpose, which I'm going to get that in Jeremiah 30 and 24. So we able to see his mindset, so to speak, on he's sharing things with us. He's sharing the secret so we can give warning to his people before he pulled back and let all hell unlanguish onto this place, man. So the Lord has set out his prophets whom he gave his secret unto, to warn you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans of things to come, and the end of all things is here. There's going to be a report given unto you in a doctrine that was going to bring in the end times, man. So back here, I was going to start with that first, but let's get Jeremiah 30 and 24. How the Lord, the fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he have done it, and until he have performed the intents of his mind, because the word heart in the Hebrew is lab, meaning your mind. And until he have performed the intents of his heart, his mind, in the latter days, you shall consider it. Oh, I think okay. Hold on. You shall consider it. And let me just go get it. You shall consider it. It was to understand, to know with mind, but it was a certain, I had it written down. To teach. See right here? You're going to consider the teachings that Yahweh B'Hashem Habashai was given to his men to give unto you. So when all hell break loose and these things come to pass, then you'll know that the teachings that was being taught unto you brought forth the end, man. You shall consider the teachings. Then you shall know that there was a prophet among you. A prophet is here to warn and teach you, man. You go consider when all hell break loose, when the Lord really start to show his anger upon this place and upon his people. You shall consider it. You shall consider the teachings that was being taught unto you. So the fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he have done it, and until he have performed the intents of his mind, his heart. In the latter day, you shall consider it. You shall consider the teachings that the Lord sent before you through his men, whom he gave a secret unto. When you get the word perform, it go to arise. The fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he have done it, until he have performed, until he has arised to carry out, to establish his purpose, meaning what? His thoughts, his thoughts. So the fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he have done it, until he have arise to carry out, establish, right? His intents, his purpose, his thoughts. In the latter day, you shall consider it, you shall consider the teachings that was taught before you, man. Then you're going to know that a prophet had been among you at the end of the day. Looking up these words, perform. To arise, right? To establish. Then I said, what? I think right here. To carry out. You see? The Lord not return his anger until he carry out his performance that he's going to arise to establish on the planet Earth to carry it out, man. Until he complete his thoughts on coming back and destroying this place. The fierce anger of the Lord should not return until he have done it, until he have arise, perform, carry out, establish the intents, right? The intents meaning his purpose, his thoughts of his mind, heart in the Hebrew is law, meaning your mind. In the latter days, you shall consider it. Consider goes to the word teach. You go know what's in Psalms. You go know up close and personal when the Lord starts to bring forth his anger unto this place. He's going to carry out his thoughts, man. And part of the thoughts he's carrying out is to warn you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans with a doctrine, with this report, Psalms 53:1, who have to believe our report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed. The word report, when you get it, it goes into
Strong's H 8052. Shemuah. Shemuah. And second entry, Shema'ah. Shema'ah. And
doctrine.
Third entry,
Shema'ah.
Shema'ah.
My bad. Doctrine. So again, that was going to be a type of teaching, a doctrine that's going to bring in the end. And the Lord's going to bring his anger, and he's not going to finish until he have performed to carry out his thoughts upon this place, which is to destroy it, man. And 2/3 of these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that continue to hold on to the shadow. Why would you hold on to a shadow? You can't. First of all, you can't even grasp a shadow. You can look at a shadow and it come and go. So why would you hold on to something false? And this whole world, this whole concept of America is a big shadow, but you looking at this as though this is hope. You hoping in the shadow that's going to fade away, man. And the Lord's anger is coming upon this place. It's going to be more evident, and you're going to know up close and personal, because when you see the anger of the Lord coming past this place, you're going to be caught and swept up in it. You're going to know it was the anger of the Lord, because you're going to know that a prophet had been among you to share these teachings, this doctrine that shall bring in the end of this age, of this kingdom. But you still want to play around and joke around, man, because you didn't have faith and believe on the report. So Proverbs 1, I'm going to get straight to the point, and 22. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and the fools hate knowledge. But there's a report being brought out to you, but you don't want to believe the report because you're not mixing it with faith, Hebrews 4:2. And you looking at these men as though they're not the ancient like Moses or Aaron from 2,500 years ago, 2,000 years ago. You want those men to come back. So therefore, you don't see the spirit of men, of those ancient prophets back then or back today spiritually. The spirit still exists because they're still carrying the same message, but it's in different bodies and in different times, which is 25 AD, 2020 or 2025 AD. But you have to be spiritual to see these things. Also, you have to be given a gift of the spirit and faith, and you have to be what? Be renewed in the spirit of your mind to have a different spiritual outlook than a carnal outlook. And you need to be investigating and praying to Yahweh Shai and seeking him and asking him to sup with you where you're able to see these things, man. So you can repent and get right. The Lord is pronouncing evil upon this place. So you want to sit here and delight in your scorning, but you hate knowledge? And we here trying to give you knowledge, but you thinking it's a game. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit upon unto you, and I will make known my words unto you. That's what's happening, man. We're not coming up with this on our own merit. Because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand. How is he stretching out his hand? By the mouth of his prophets, the apostles and the elders and the men on down right now, giving you this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, this type of doctrine that you need for salvation. No other way. We try to go to the churches, the Pentecostal, the Baptist, the Seventh-day Adventists, Muslims, and this, that, and the third. Nothing. We're still in darkness. Not being privy to the prophets, the prophecies when you stuck in religion. Because I have called and ye have refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. You're not regarding like a person trying to stop you from getting hit by a bus when you cross the street because you're not looking. And you move their hand out the way, you want to walk across the street anyways, get hit by a bus. Same thing happened now. You don't want the attention from your Yahweh Bashim Abshai to warn you that, look, all hell is about to break loose. And let me jump down here. Verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mark when your fear cometh. And that's what's happening, man. So that's what's happening now, and it's going to intensify. Look at these women ain't really going out that much now. Ice all over the place now. Slipping and sliding. You know what I'm saying? So we here to pray and ask the Lord for forgiveness to protect us and our little ones, man. So this is Jeremiah 16:10. And this shall come to pass when thou shalt show his people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore hath the Lord pronounced all this evil, great evil against us? Or what is our iniquity? The nerve of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Or what is our sin that we have committed against the Lord thy power? Look, our forefathers back then forsook Yahweh Bashim Abshai and followed after gods. And now today yourselves have behaved even worse, following what? Your own stubborn ways, man. You following your evil heart and refusing to obey the words of Yahweh Bashim Abshai and repent. Because you think that the Lord can't put the spirit upon man to break down the scriptures unto you the proper understanding. In your mind, you thinking carnally that you have to go to a school and get a degree or to wear a suit and to speak eloquent. But that's the God of this world has blinded the minds of the people where you can't see these things. That's why the Lord is only coming to redeem that remnant, that 144,000, 1/3 of some men, women, and children. So you can't see and you don't have the correct hearing. You don't have the correct sight. And you don't have the correct hearing. Hearing comes with faith. The correct the correct eyesight goes to your mind. Because when your mind change, you get a different outlook. So you don't put those two together with faith, then you missing what the message is being conveyed to you is all about. You thinking this place gonna last forever, and you go sit here and get your turn at the table. Oh, at last, that shit. Now we got accepted at this table. Now we good. Now I'm equal to the so-called white man. When you are Israelite at the end of the day, from your respectable tribe. But it's okay. The Lord don't want you to sit. So we here to deliver this message unto you and tell you that the Lord's about to pronounce evil and things gonna get worse. Evil means bad times. Read the book of Daniel. Start to read Daniel 12:1. And at that time, you'll hear the word time, man. Actually, let's end it off on that. Daniel 12:1. See the time of the end. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, the angel which standeth, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, the elect of the nation of Israel, who have taken heed to this message, who's been illuminated in the book of Baruch, right? That turn from their wicked ways. to stand after the reproof of Yahweh by Shema Bashai, that heard and believed and trust on that doctrine, the report, who then mixed it with faith, whose mind has been changed. Now we able to see the secret of Yahweh by Shema Bashai, his performance that he's about to bring into this place, and that a certain teaching and doctrine was going to bring forth the end, man. You still looking for a college professor to bring out this word to you or something, or you got to go up to the sky, take a plane and get up in space to a space station to go get this certain book, the Holy Grail, or go into a cave. But see, it speaks about that in the book of Deuteronomy. You got to go across the waters or something like that. I'm roughly paraphrasing. I think it's Deuteronomy chapter 32. So a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. That's the elect, man. So the Lord has started warning you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's why he cutting off the nourishment that he gave us since we came to this place. That's why you're able to get the government assistance, so on and so forth, because the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Habashah put it upon this devil to nourish us, which was through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Habashah to nourish us here for a time. Now he's breaking that staff and bread, and now you Israelites who playing games, don't want to adhere to the words of Yahweh Bahashim Habashah, don't want to turn from your wicked ways, still believing on this pseudoscience of this madness in this place, still want to go to college and all these things, you're going to be sadly mistaken out here, man. And here it is, you got this man using 47 Nero to cause havoc, man. So it ain't them that's doing it, it's the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Habashah that's doing that. Colossians 1:16. Yahweh Bahashim Habashah controlled the invisible. It may cut off. Colossians 1:16, for by him were all things created, that are in heaven and that are in earth. All these rulers you see on the earth, you see, he created all things in the heavens and the earth, man. Visible and invisible. Whether there be thrones or dominions or principalities, see, or powers, all things were created by him and for him, man. So the reason why you see Trump and all these things that's happening on the planet Earth, because ultimately it's the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Habashah that's controlling all this, man. These crackers can't do nothing until the Lord sanction it. So we got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Habashah, not this devil. Remember, he using this devil as a whooping stick. So it's the Lord's anger that's doing that. He go cut the staff off from you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, because you've been trusting in this system for too long. You're disobeying Yahweh Bahashim Habashah and overlook the fact that he's nurturing you. Since you want to do that, I'm gonna cut this shit off. Now what you gonna do? But if you're not looking at this thing spiritual, then you won't understand, man, who's in control. Because you're looking at it from a carnal standpoint. So therefore, you go die without having wisdom. That's in the book of Daniel. I forget what chapter that is. Roughly paraphrasing. So the warning is steady going out, but that door of opportunity is closing. You need to repent and turn from your ways. Lord willing, I hope this was edifying. Until the next time, I shall say, Shalom.